Hey Malaysians, wake up! Stop going to the party! Stop concerning about whether Bill Gates will divorce or not. Nathan here, by the way. For the past few years, I have been advocating retirement planning and the importance of retirement planning. Not because I want to make money from you, but because I myself as a Malaysian are very worried about my financial planning and my retirement. Today, I'm just going to share with you some advices that you may or may not listen. It's up to you, but this is very serious. First thing, Malaysians are heading towards an aging population. By this year alone, last year alone, 2020, average Malaysian man can live up to 74 years old. An average woman can live up to 78 years old, which means after you retire at the age of 60 years old, you still need to worry about how to fund your living expenses for around 15 years and so on. Currently, developing countries should have this type of pyramid in their demographic. But Malaysians start to have this type of pyramid. Do you know how hard is it to sustain this posture? If you don't believe, you can try yourself. You can see whether this posture is easier to sustain or this posture is easier to sustain. Which means we cannot depend on our children anymore to sustain our living in the future. We cannot be dependent on the government. We cannot depend on our family. Whatever we can depend on is ourselves. Nobody cares about your retirement except for yourself. That's the first piece of advice I would like to give you. Second thing is medical inflation in Malaysia is around 12.7% per annum. Retirement cost is always associated with medical costs because when we are aging, a lot of our disease and sickness will suddenly appear out of nowhere. We can suddenly have dementia, we can suddenly have bone fractures, and all this requires a lot of spending. Except when you plan for a retirement earlier, like buying an insurance earlier, without you having any disease, before you have any disease. The third thing is, more than 50% of retirees are still funding their children or their parents. This is some mind-blowing figures. What do we mean by that? After you retire at the age of 60 years old, you still need to take out your funds, maybe from your savings from the employment provident funds or savings from other places to fund their children's education, to fund their elderly, their loved ones. So what have you left over for yourself? What do you have? Any left over for yourself? Savings are merely not enough. Start educating yourself with financial education and improve your financial literacy so that you can invest rather than save. Otherwise, it will be GG for Malaysia. That's my 3 pieces of advice today. Hopefully, you take it seriously. If you are really serious about retirement planning, do visit my link, wealthmatch.com. And if you like my video and would like to learn more about my video about retirement planning, remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. See you next time for the not so serious topic. God save Malaysia.